Hi everyone, Jade here. Welcome back to another Stitch with me. Today I am working on Merry Mushroom Village 1. Sorry, I'm just trying to find where I am here. Merry Mushroom Village 1, which is the Heaven and Earth 2024 SAL, or Stitch Along. This is a snippet of Merry Mushroom Village Picnic by Amy Stewart. It was one of 10 charts that were offered for this, cat hair here, for this Stitch Along. And as you can see, I have almost the whole, I'm almost done. I have less than 2,000 stitches to go, which is fantastic, and part of the reason why I am choosing to stitch on this project today. I would really like to have this finished before my trip, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, and I also have a smaller trip planned this coming weekend, so starting from Friday morning. So I know I won't get much stitching done this week, but I would really like to get this done. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind that I'm using this project, given that I have like a whole bunch of confetti to do, because I work on, let me just move this light here, because I work on a cross-country basis. 1, 2, by color. As you can see, my stitches are just kind of everywhere at the moment, but that's what it's going to be today. Hope you guys are working on something good. Hope you have something to drink. Good project to stitch on, whether you're knitting or crocheting or cross stitching. And let me mark off what I've done here. I apologize if the beginning of this video is going to be a little choppy, or even through the video if it's a little choppy. I am stitching today. My daughter's home, and she just will barge in and out whenever she pleases. It's part of her autism. There we go. Anyway, so if she does barge in, you may see a little bit of choppiness, as I will try to cut those out in editing. Okay, where's my scissors? Right here. Okay, so now I am down here somewhere. Is it that one? This is also a little bit awkward because I have the camera stand and my lamp, my mag light. All right, that's it. So sorry, so I have the camera stand and my mag light in front of me, which is making things a little awkward. Doing this project on 28 count linen. Why linen? Well, I wanted to use fabric that I had. I had this and I'd never tried doing a full coverage on linen before, so I thought I would try it. Okay, so that's it for that color. Probably won't do it again. It being full coverage on linen. Most of my full coverage are much bigger charts anyways and wouldn't fit anyway. Okay, let's see here. Next symbol, 3863. But it's been interesting. It's definitely different than stitching on even weave. So what are you guys working on? I took some time the other day and I went through your comments that you sent me the last couple of videos where you were telling me what you were stitching on, and I went and actually looked at some of the charts that I was not familiar with, and my wish list has definitely grown as a result. You guys are all working on beautiful charts. Okay, let me see if I can move this. Okay. It's not, nope, of course that's in your way now. Are we good? Yep, okay. Yeah, so my wish list has definitely grown. You guys are working on some beautiful, beautiful things. I did recently purchase a few charts as well, which I'll show on my next floss tube in a week or so. But I ended up purchasing a few charts from Unconventional X Stitch. They had a devastating fire. I'm sure you've heard by now. They've had a devastating fire and all of their physical products are gone, destroyed by the fire. So I purchased some PDFs from them just to do my bit to help a little. And if you're interested, they do have a coupon code right now. I think it's 10% off. I did not take advantage of the coupon code. I just wanted them to get all of the money. But it's certainly there for you. I had never actually purchased anything from Unconventional X Stitch before. I've definitely seen some of their charts around, but I just never gotten around to. I had never gotten around to actually purchasing any. So now I've got 3, and they will all go on my new start wheel. So if you have watched my floss tubes before, then you'll know that I have all of the patterns that I have that I've not started yet. I have them all on a wheel, and every 2 weeks I pick a new start, which is actually reminding me that I have not started the last pick yet. It's all ready. I did get to the point of getting the fabric, gridding the fabric, and kitting out some floss drops for it, but I've not actually put a stitch in yet, and I will need to do that. But I really, in this past week and a half, I've been sort of addicted to doing this project because I really want to have it done before my holiday. And I worked on Dragons of the Sabbat as well while I was watching TV, but mostly I've been working on this just to try to get it finished. So if you're not aware of the 2024 Haid Sale, they offer 10 charts for you to choose from. And if you completed 4 pages, you would get all 10 charts at the end of the year that were offered for the Stitch Along. And if you finish the whole thing, which I will, then you get those 10 charts, plus you get to pick 2 free charts off of their website. And I still haven't figured out what my second chart is. I know one, and I'm blanking on the name of the artist or the name of the pattern, but anyways, I'll show them. Maybe I'll show them both on my floss tube once I actually pick the second chart. And once I finish this. So I hope you guys don't mind that I'm using this chart, because I do, like I said, I have less than 2,000 stitches left to go on this, and I really want to get it done. So hence why you're seeing me work all over the place, because I do cross country by color. That is my preferred method. So tell me, what are you guys working on? So I still have to start my last new start pick. But at this point, I don't feel like starting it until this project is done. So I may or may not have started it by the time I do my next video, which will be next week. I guess I should, because I should be able to, because I don't know. I will have, my aim is to have this project completed by the end of this week. But I'm not sure I'll get much stitching done next week, just because I have a lot to do to get ready for my trip the following weekend, and this coming weekend I'm also away. So there won't be too much stitching in the next couple of weeks, which is okay. So I'm looking forward to visiting my family in Europe. The last time I went by myself, was 2 years ago. The last time my entire family went was 2016. So everybody's so much more grown up now in terms of the kids. And I can't wait to see everyone. What else? Yeah, we've had a lot of travel lately. We did a weekend in Vermont a week ago. that was a ton of fun. Let me tell you how gorgeous it was. All the trees just, oh, wow, you can tell that it was definitely, autumn had definitely hit. All the trees were beautiful, beautiful colors. We're about 2 weeks behind up here. So they're just starting. They're now just getting to the full bloom, which is gorgeous. But yeah, so it was fantastic down there. We did some craft breweries. I guess I talked about this on my floss tube. I went to a yarn and wool and sheep festival, which was fantastic. Okay, I'm almost done with this color, or at least, yeah, actually I better check. I have to just mark off what I've done so far. So that one is not. Okay, just a few more over here. Okay, and all right, so that's it for here. But then we have another 95 stitches somewhere. Let's see where that is. Okay. We have to go to the bottom of the chart down here. So I'm going to end this thread. I don't want to carry 6 inches. I've gotten pretty good at ending my threads without looking underneath. Okay. All right, so we have this orange line here, and we're over here. Oops. I don't like when the threads from behind come up. It's a little annoying. But when you work cross country like I do, it gets pretty thick back there. And I'm not even traveling that much. I do travel some, and sometimes if I have to travel, a few inches, I will do it if there's only one stitch, just because I'm too lazy. Sorry if you heard that. Somebody just leaving. Okay, those are done. couple more stitches and then I'm gonna have to move again. All right. What else did I want to talk about? Okay, let me mark these off. This past weekend I did a fair. It was just a one day. Let me see, I'm not in the way, am I? No. Okay. It was just a one-day affair, and we had to wear, all the vendors were wearing costumes, which was fun. I only lasted for a really short while. I had a wig on, and I lasted for a very short while because it was hotter than Hades in that room. But it was fun, and my daughter came. If you may or may not recall that my daughter does 3D prints, and I had her bring some of her 3D prints. Oh, there's this thread that has come through. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna have to just get my Snag Nabbit if I can find it. Oh yeah, so she does, oops, she does 3D prints, and I had her bring some, and I can't find my Snag Nabbit. And they sold really well. She had a bunch of dragons, animals and dragons, and just really cute things. Also, fidget toys. Those were popular with the ADHDers. But anyway, so I was really happy that that she managed to make several sales on it. Speaking of my daughter and her 3D prints, I know some of you had previously expressed interest in her shop, in her floss drops that she had made for me, and that she's going to put in her shop. It's been a long time, I know, but her life has been extremely busy. And she had shut down her shop. She opened one back up on Etsy, but it's really hard for Etsy shops to get visibility. But anyway, what she's doing, and she was doing it for me because I asked her, because I want a set, but she basically is making floss drops that have all the numbers on them, so that you don't need to add a sticker, you know, that to say what the number is. They're already on, they're part of the floss drop, and it's great. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so she's making me a full set, and she's making one extra set at the moment. She's making one extra set to put in her shop. So if anybody is interested in those, let me know. if I remember, I'll put a picture of what those look like at the end of this video, or here if I can. She's partway through. She's partway through the set. Sorry, words apparently are difficult today. And 3 over here. She did get a request from someone actually for wholesale for dragons and whatnot, which is pretty cool. I don't know if she's going to end up doing it or not, but because this was just a side thing for her, because she loves making things with the 3D printer. So it was kind of a side thing for her, not a full-time job, but she is now in between jobs. She's looking for another one, and nope, not there. So she's had a little bit more time to get to move forward on some of this stuff, some of the 3D prints for me. I find the 3D prints fascinating. It's very cool how the whole thing gets put together and works, and she makes all these articulated dragons where, you know, every part of the dragon or other animal moves. It's very cool, and it's all done as one piece. It's not done in pieces, which is what you would think based on just looking at it at the end. But no, it's all made in one long piece. Okay, let me make sure I'm missing some here. I've got those, I've got that one. I need one here. And then below it. And then we need 3 here. All of you who managed to do this, talking and stitching at the same time and not making any mistakes. You have my, I bow to you. Okay, so those are done. I need 2 over here. Okay, so we've got those. And we've got that one. Oops. before I go down here, I want to make sure that I'm covered up here. So those ones are okay. Then we've got right here. That one is done. We need 2 down here. I don't know why some areas just need more concentration than others. It's all confetti, so I'm not sure exactly what the issue is, but we're just making do. That one, then up here. Okay, and that is done. All right, let me just mark these off so I don't get confused again. I wish I knew how, so there are quite a few floss tubers who do Stitch With Me's that are able to put, sorry, I gotta move this mag light again. They're able to put their chart up on the screen as well, and or their face on the screen, and I don't know how to do that. I haven't been able to figure that out. Probably need 2 cameras or something, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, one of these days I'll figure things out. I just did that as a vertical stitch. Okay. Hold your horses. Mind you, I don't really tend to look, I mean, I like being able to see the person's face as they're talking. It's, you know, a little bit more like having a friend over, but it's not too, I'm not too fussed about the face because, I mean, most of the time I know what they look like. And also I'm typically looking down anyways. I'm just looking up once in a while to see the pretties. But I think it would be interesting to have the chart up on the screen with the symbols highlighted for what I am stitching. I don't know. I never really thought about doing it before. Because I don't typically look at those anyway. So I don't know. Okay, just have a couple of stray ones left, I think. All right, mark these off. I think there are more of this symbol somewhere else because it shows I have 31. Now I have 19 left. So where are you? They're up there. So I'm going to end this thread. I just wanted to say, like, speaking of Unconventional X-Stitch and the fire they just went through, I also wanted to say I'm so sorry to everyone who's been suffering from floods and different things, you know, down in Florida and whatnot, wherever you are in the world. I'm, you know, I hope your homes have not been damaged too badly, and you can, yeah, I just hope that you haven't suffered too big of a loss. I know how hard that can be. I actually deal with emergencies like fires and floods with my day job, and I know how devastating it is to go through something like that. So my thoughts and prayers are with you all. Oh, also, have you guys seen, are you guys somewhere where you could have seen the Northern Lights this past week? We saw them a couple of days ago, and they were just absolutely incredible. If I remember, I'll put some pictures in. Because they were just absolutely gorgeous and incredible. So many reds and greens and pinks. I hadn't even known that we were going to be able to see them that night. My daughter called me and told me to go outside and have a look. So I did, and wow, I was so grateful that she told me. Okay, where are we here? Two. I think there's two here. I don't know, am I going to be able to make it with this little bit of thread left? It's going to be close, I think. Wait a minute. Oh, I don't think I'm going to make it. Ah. I'm really playing thread chicken here. I only have one more stitch. Can I make it? Oh boy. Oh my gosh, just. Okay, there we go. And that's all that's left. All right, oh no, I did miss one. Did I? No. Okay, next symbol. Oops. My apologies for jostling you there. Okay, 352. I actually had 2 more stitches of that color somewhere else, but we'll do them when I get to them. Okay, 352. Okay. I find it hard to see sometimes. Like this one is pretty obvious. There's a stitch there that needs to be put there. Hi, monkey. But sometimes I have a hard time telling whether there's already a stitch there. Okay. All the way over here. Hey, Smokey. Okay. So that's those 5. Mark those off. If my fingers want to work. Okay, where else? Okay. What are you doing, monkey? Don't be causing trouble. Okay. So, yes, really. Then what happened? Okay, let's see where we are here. Bum, bum, bum. Just that one. That one. So we should be right here. Now it's interesting because really? Yeah? Well, really? Yeah, so I've done some stitches already, or where I go, sorry. I where I've been trying to go in and put stitches in, and there's already a stitch there, and because obviously I made a mistake somewhere. Really? Smokey's being very talkative today. And so what I do, I don't know about you guys, I'm not, especially on a full coverage, I'm not going to necessarily rip rip the wrong stitch out. How I deal with it really depends on two things. One, it depends on how far off is the color from the color I'm putting in. And if it's very close, then there's really no need to do anything. Because at the end of the day, your eyes are just going to, your eyes are just going to blend all those colors together anyway. And if it's very wrong, like if it was supposed to be a white or a pink, oh, I have to go get Monkey. You're not supposed to be up there, buddy. No, no, no. Go. Okay, I had to let Smoke out of the room because he was climbing into places where he wasn't supposed to. Okay, so now we're going to move back towards the center here. Let me make sure. Okay. Okay, so if the color is very similar, I won't bother. If the color is very different, like it's supposed to be a pink and I put in a black or something, then what I'll have to do is just go over top of it. And with CXC thread, it actually works really well. The coverage works really well. And so, so if the colors were very similar, then I won't, like I said, I won't, I'll just leave that existing stitch, but I will look to see where that color was actually supposed to be. It's usually in one of the stitches right next to it. And then what I'll do is whatever color's on my needle that was similar to that existing stitch, I'll just put that in the next box. Hopefully that made that some kind of sense. I don't, I'm not going to get too worried about it. Like I said, in a full coverage, you're not going to see that. If it was a Mirabilia or something, then maybe I'd rip it out or just go over it. Again, if I can do it without there being any bulk. Usually it's fine. So yes, that's how I deal with it. I don't know if, I'm not so much a perfectionist in my non-work life, especially when you don't really get a whole lot of return on having to rip out a color that's, very, very similar for all the effort you have to put in to do that. Ripping out might not even be an option, because when you're working cross country like I am, and the back is, got threads everywhere, every which way, trying to figure out where the end of that thread was so that you can take out that stitch. No. And if you just cut that one particular one, then it leaves the ones next to it loose, which I don't want to do. So there's really no good reason for ripping it out, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I do my best to make sure it's correct in the first place, but you know, we're all human. We all make mistakes. My hand-eye coordination isn't the best in all cases, so, or I just may not be paying as close attention as I should, and then I screw up. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, now one last one in this area. And I think, let me check, but I think that's it for this color. Yep. So I guess I have been doing extreme cross country. For these last 4 pages, I've been handling them 2 pages at a time, 2 full pages at a time by color. So I don't know if that's exactly exactly, what do you call it? Extreme cross country, because I guess extreme cross country is over the entire piece, but we didn't, with this project, we didn't have the entire piece at once. We only had a few pages at a time. Oh, my allergies have been absolutely killing me. Okay, so next color, let's pick 677. This is kind of a yellow-ish color, leaning towards peach, maybe? Come on now. There we go. Okay. So if I didn't apologize previously, because I may have done so in a previous video, I've tried this. I've tried to do this Stitch With Me in about 3 different takes so far, and I kept getting interrupted. So it's my fault. I don't. This is why I don't like filming when other people are in my house, because there's constant interruptions. My daughter will, if she's home, she'll constantly just come in the door. Doesn't even, doesn't knock, doesn't listen to see if I'm on a call for, on a work call or anything. Just barges in and interrupts whatever I'm doing. And my, same thing with the rest of my family. They'll just call out my name regardless of what's happening, or just barge in. My husband doesn't barge in, but he will call my name out and interrupt. Anyway, so there have been a bunch of interruptions between the human family members and the cats. Oh boy. Anyways, now everyone, the humans anyways, are all out of the house, except for my son, who is probably still sleeping in the basement. So shouldn't have any more interruptions. Now, story time. I guess well, yeah, I was gonna say there's, funny stories about my cats. There's always funny stories about my cats. I don't really have a really good one to share with you all today, other than yesterday morning. So normally what happens is that Smoke will come and sleep on spend part of the night on my chest or immediately beside me. And he'll come, when he feels it is time for him to get his morning treats, he will he will come and try to wake me up, either by meowing or by pawing on my face, that kind of thing, like, wake up, woman. So the other night he didn't do that. Like, he was with me for the first part of the night. But then I guess he must have left, and he'll often go to the basement, which is where Ash spends most of his time. And if you've watched my videos before, you might have heard the mouse story. At this time of year, we often get 1 or 2 mice that try to make their way in the house, and the cats take care of them. So he still goes out, I guess, having caught 2 mice, a baby and then the mama, some time ago. He still sees it as his duty to patrol, so he still patrols the house at nighttime looking for any critters. And so I had assumed that he was still in the basement in the morning, that he'd gone down there and just slept down there, or was occupied down there. But we kept hearing him in the morning. We kept hearing him meowing, and it wasn't his normal soft meow. Like, he typically meows very softly, except when he really wants attention, and then it gets very loud. It makes me laugh, because his voice makes me laugh, because it's like I don't know, it's like a toy. But anyway, we could hear him. So like I said, he was making these sounds that were like, hey, come get me. He wants attention sounds. So we started looking for him, put his tracker, checked his tracker. And so we knew roughly where he was, but we couldn't find him. So I checked in the mudroom in the basement, and out comes Ash. So Ash had been locked in the mudroom all night, probably because of my son, because he'll often use the basement entrance to come in and out. And so he probably locked him in there, which we don't like happening, because my daughter's turtle is in there, and both cats are fascinated by the turtle and will often try to get to the turtle. So that wasn't good. So I checked in the mudroom to see if Turtle was okay. Turtle was fine, and Smoke was not in there. So then we heard him meowing again, and I checked in my son's room. He wasn't in there, because it sounded like he was there. Wasn't in there. Right next to my son's room is the furnace room. Walked in there, didn't see him in there, and then I heard another meow. I looked up, and the ceiling in the furnace room is unfinished, and it goes into, like I said, the next room, which is my son's room. In my son's room, it is finished. So it goes from this open area in the furnace room to a suspended ceiling in my son's room. Oh, sorry. wiggling you there. And I look up, and in between the joists, the floor joists, is smoke. So he had been walking, he'd been stuck in the ceiling in my son's room. Oh man, what a nut, what a nut, what a little nut. Luckily, it, you know, we found him. We got him out. But the first thing he did when we finally got him down was head to the, was like tear, like he took off on a tear towards the litter box. So poor thing was probably crossing his legs down there. Ugh. Anyways, silly monkeys. So we're almost done here. Oops, nope, I am doing stitches I'm not supposed to do. So can I get this out? Nope. Ah, sorry I jostled you again. Just want to get the stitch out. Okay. Okay, just want to back out of here. That one I did. So far, and on that one I did. And there's this one here. The last few thousand stitches always seems to take the longest. I don't know why that is. I mean, it's cross stitching, right? Like it's all stitching, so. But I think it's just because when I'm close to a finish, I get anxious to finish. I just want to get it done. So that last little bit seems to always take the longest. I don't know about for you guys. Okay, let me make sure there's none missing in here. Nope, that looks all solid. And that's a different color. Okay. So in this column, we're gonna go right here. So like I said, we're going to Europe for a couple of weeks, just like 2 weeks and 2 days kind of thing. Which I am so looking forward to. We're going, so my entire family, so there's going to be about almost 20 of us all together, are going to be traveling. Well, I guess there's going to be 9 of us for the entire time, and then the other 10 people or so are joining us for just a portion, about 3 days. And we are going to different places, which is great. And so every time we go, we try to, I don't, even though my family is there, but I don't want to stay, you know, I'm not going to just sit in someone's house. So we typically will book another trip to different places, and my family comes with us, which is fantastic. What did I do here? Nope, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Seeing all my nieces and nephews, seeing some different places. There's some places we're going to that, I have been to before, but we love. And we're going to a couple of different places, which is also awesome. And the fact that my family is coming with me is making it even better, because we'll get to spend some quality time together. And they won't be in their regular, day-to-day work kind of thing. They'll also be on vacation, which is fantastic. Yeah, so we leave here the day before my son's birthday, and we get there on my son's birthday. It's a big birthday. He's turning 19. And so I have booked reservations, or asked my sister to book, which she did, reservations for a particular restaurant that we all really love. It's very cool because it's called a freschetta, which means like in a cool place, and like literally cool as in, fresh. And it's a restaurant, so they have indoor seating as well. I'm not sure whether we're going to be sitting indoors or outdoors, but the outdoors portion is actually underneath a bridge. A small bridge, low pedestrian bridge, but still, it's very cool. It's just fun. And so I asked my sister to book that because my son really loved it the last time we went and wanted to go back there again. So we're doing that, and it's just a smorgasbord of food. They just kept bringing food out, different kinds of food. It's like little, not tapas, but little portions of everything, all different courses. So really looking forward to that. Okay, let me see here where I am. Once I get my needle up through here. I need a smaller needle. All right. Let me just mark some stuff off here first. Okay, all of this I've done. Okay, that column is done, and this next column is done. Right, yep. Okay. And I've done there. That's all done. That's all done. That's done. Sorry, bear with me for just a second here. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, and then 1, so that's done. This is what happens when I go too far ahead. Then I have to back up a little bit and just make sure that I have actually done everything I needed to do. Okay, so this section's all done here. Oops. this one gotta do. Okay. Now we're back on track. Yeah, so I should be able to, I'm hoping, like fingers crossed, that I will be able to do one more floss tube, regular floss tube before I go. Because then I'll be gone for 2 weeks. So I won't be filming while I'm away. And I haven't decided yet if I'm bringing stitching along with me. Because we have some trips in the car, I'm thinking I will bring some. I won't be doing the driving, so I'm thinking I will be bringing some cross-stitching with me. So I may have a little bit anyways to show you when I come back. Yeah, I just haven't decided what yet. Now, so this project hopefully will be finished by the end of this week. And then I'm also working on getting to the finish line with Dragons of the Sabbat with all the black stitching. That is the challenge I'm doing with Alara. And I think she is now trying to get all of it completed by the end of this year as well, which is fantastic. My challenge with her, when we set up the challenge, I had about 32,000 stitches left. Those are half stitches. And she was going to do 16,000 stitches because she's doing full stitches as part of my challenge, which is awesome. And I'm closing in. I still have several thousand to do. Maybe, I don't know, between 6,000 and 7,000, I think I have left. In an ideal world, I would have those done before my trip as well. I don't know if that'll happen because I have been focusing on this. And can't remember how many thousands. Oh, actually, I do have it here. So I have what? No, I don't have it. Thought I did, but this is not. Okay, if this is correct, like if I've actually updated it since last time, there's 251,500 stitches of black total, and I had completed 243,400. So that would make it about 8,000, but I think I've completed more and I've not updated this, so I'm pretty sure there's about 6,000 stitches left. I will have to check that. So whether I can get that done in the next week and a half, I don't know. Because like I said, I have another trip coming up this weekend, so I won't have really any time Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And between now and Thursday, I want to get this finished. If I get this finished, then I may have a little bit of time this week to work on dragons. But I'm not sure. I still have all my laundry to do. I haven't packed for this weekend or for the trip. Yeah, so there's a lot to do. So if I'm trying to think. I may bring dragons with me so that I can get it finished, get all the black finished. If I don't get it done by the time I leave for my 2-week holiday, I may bring it with me. Or if there's only a little bit left, I may not bring it with me. I may bring something else with me. Just for space reasons, because Dragons is a bed sheet, and so it'll take up a lot of space, and so I may end up just taking some smaller projects. I still have the Christmas vacation stitch to do, which I would really like to get done before Christmas. And I may also bring, oops, sorry for this jostling you. I may also bring with me the video game sampler, because again, it is a small piece, and it's not full coverage. And if I could get that done this year, that would be fantastic. I don't know if I will, but anyways, so for space reasons, I may just bring those 2 small projects. I reserve the right to change my mind, and I always do change my mind. I end up making a final decision really last minute. I will be packing my cross stitch in my hand luggage. So yeah, so that tends to be a last minute thing. But for now, that's what I'm thinking. Ideally, I would have dragons done. I just don't know if it's going to happen or not. I'm working all next weekend. So Friday till 10 p.m. Saturday till 10 p.m. and then Sunday till 6 p.m. But then I have the drive back to Ottawa. And I don't know. I'm staying with family, so I may just stay there and then come back Monday morning. I may do that, because a 3-hour drive after I've been working for that many hours will be rough, I know. So I may just do that, actually. So I may have a little bit of stitchy time when I'm at my in-laws on Sunday evening. Don't know. Okay, where am I here? Let me just mark off there. Actually, first, let's come back up here, because I know that this is all this color. So have you guys made 2025 plans? I have, and I've talked about it in, I think 2 Stitch With Me's ago, and then the floss tube that came right after that. I don't remember which one, but anyway, missing 2 stitches here. So I had made some plans, and as usual, just as I was just saying in terms of making decisions last minute, that will probably be the case for that as well. I mean, I think I know what I want to get, what I want to do. Like, essentially, in 2025, I want to work. Let me just mark some stuff off first. In 2025, I want to enjoy my stitching. I want to make it less of a have to do goal. I mean, I'll still have some goals, but I think they won't be exact goals. Or I won't be as strict in terms of meeting the goals. Let's put it that way. Because I would like to work on more of my projects. So I won't be having 8 focus pieces that come out every single week. That's not going to happen. I will have a couple that will come out every single week. But other than that, I do want to be able to rotate in more of my projects throughout the year. And I also want to leave time for knitting and crocheting. I have some blankets I want to finish, or at least get more progress on. Well, I have at least 2 that I want to finish next year. One is a heavy knitted blanket, and the other one is a crocheted blanket for my son. I want to get those done. And in order to do them, I kind of need to spend some time working on them, right? But if I'm constantly working on just cross stitch, because I'm working on strict goals, then that hasn't happened. So yeah. What are your goals for 2025? Some of you have already replied to me saying that, yeah, you don't set goals because you just want to enjoy the hobby, and that's absolutely awesome. Nothing wrong with that at all, and it's kind of how I want to be. It's just that at the same time, there are some pieces that I really do want to get finished for my family, because one day I will no longer be here, so I want them to have something beyond the usual to remember me by. And one of them I haven't even started yet, so we'll see when my wheel pulls that one. But okay, and I have 3 stitches left. Once again, I'm going to be playing Yarn Chicken here. Okay. And it is over here. This time I'm going to win at Yarn Chicken. Or I guess Thread Chicken. I'm used to Yarn Chicken and knitting. Okay, and that's it for this color. Okay. All right, so what is next? Number 315. I'm going to just take a sip of my coffee here. Gonna need another one. Okay, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to stop here. It has been about an hour and a half, I think, or it'll be less than that once I cut things out. But if I can, I'll come back and do a little bit longer. But for the moment, I need to stop here. So if I don't come back, then thank you for joining me. I hope that wherever in the world you are happy, healthy, and safe. And always remember, if you can be anything in this world, be kind. Bye.